Good evening everyone and welcome to a special edition of Battle 101 where I discuss how the hell did I win my UST Kingdom Cup? How the hell did I get 6 straight wins with a lot of very good competitors? But before we do that, let's put it into context first. The UST Kingdom Cup has 33 competitors. That means it has one regional bid because one of the requirements for the regional tournament is winning a tournament with 32 or more players. That means whoever wins that tournament has a shot at the regional tournament. So I'm not really expecting big in that tournament because at that time I was ranked 13,000. So I'm not expecting to win because of my poor performance in the past, because as much as I'm great at analyzing PvP, I really just cave under pressure and I really suck at the final moments of the battle where I need the most. So here I am. I'm not expecting to win. I didn't even record the battles because who am I kidding? I was not expecting to win. I only recorded the final battle, but even though I just recorded that battle really shows my strategy, which is where I'm getting to right now. What is my strategy in Kingdom Cup? Well, let's look at my team first. My team is a Lucario, Bastiodon, Lapras, Charizard, Alolan Marowak, and Altaria. And I have a system. Shout out to Chris for my system. It was his idea and I was surprised that we had the same team, so I sort of copied his system, but shout out to him. His system is that there are 3 roles in Kingdom Cup: Lucario, a Lucario counter, and a Lucario guardian. So Lucario first, then something that counters Lucario. In my team, it is Charizard and Alolan Marowak, and a Lucario guardian, which is for me is Lapras and Bastiodon. Why Lapras and Bastiodon? Because Lucario's weaknesses are mostly either fire types or flying types. Bastiodon hits both. It has an easy time with Altaria and it has a passable time with Marowak and Charizard, and Lapras with Water Gun as an easy time with the fire types, even with Blaziken. It won't win with Blaziken outright, but with its Water Gun, it can really scare Blaziken and Charizard and Alolan Marowak, and with its Ice typing and Ice Beam, which I have, which goes to my second strategy, which is Altaria farming. What is the Altaria farming? Well, first off, I bait Altaria. So, which leads are the ones that bait Altaria? Those are Lucario and Alolan Marowak. Or even sometimes Charizard. Those 3. Surprisingly, most of the time, people choose Bastiodon or Lapras as a lead. Sometimes even Altaria, but mostly Bastiodon and Lapras because Altaria is a common lead. So, my strategy is first using Lucario as a lead. Lucario can beat Bastiodon, can beat Lapras, and can have an okay time against Altaria. There are sometimes it can't beat Altaria, but it wouldn't have an easy time versus Lucario. So I choose Lucario as a lead. That's the first thing. If they don't have Altaria as a lead, most of the time, they do switch to Altaria when they have Lapras or Bastiodon, because Lapras and Bastiodon can't do crap to Lucario. So, Lucario is now facing Altaria. That's where my Bastiodon comes in. And Bastiodon can farm the hell out of Altaria because Altaria can't do crap to Bastiodon. And that strategy came from my friend Carlo. Shout out to him as well. That's the second part of my strategy, is Altaria farming. So how the hell did I pull off that? I only have one video recorded, which is the finals, which encompasses my strategy. So let's look first at my opponent, which is Kevzo. Shout out to Kevzo, great guy. Kevzo's team has Lapras, Blaziken, Bastiodon, Altaria, a Sunny cast form, which is surprisingly powerful, and Lucario. So, what was my strategy? I look at Lucario first, because looking at this team, the only thing that can beat Lucario outright is Blaziken and Sunny cast form, and they are rarely leads because Sunny cast form and Blaziken are normally saved for Lucario, so they can't really perform good as leads. So I went for Lucario. So I was gambling on the fact that people really don't lead them, so I'm stuck with Lapras, Bastiodon, Altaria, and Lucario. If Lapras and Bastiodon, great. If Altaria, great. If Lucario, I was planning on just charging up to until power up punch and switching to a Lucario counter, which I chose to be Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak because the possible counters are Bastiodon, Altaria, and Lapras. All of which Alolan Marowak can do a decent dent before falling, unlike say Charizard, which would fall very fast against Bastiodon and Altaria. And if it's Water Gun Lapras as well. So I chose Alolan Marowak. That's a given. My last, because I have 3 roles, which is the Lucario and Alolan Marowak. The last one is either Lapras or Bastiodon because I want to farm the hell out of Altaria. If not, I can have a second round and switch to a Lapras. But this is more of a feeling out round. So let's go with our first match. As you can see here, he uses Bastiodon. That's great. I was able to do a decent dent before he switched to Altaria. So Bastiodon farming. Bastiodon farming the hell out of Altaria. So now Altaria has nothing to do but wait. And look at that. I'm charging my flamethrower. I'm charging my stealth rock. I'm charging my stone edge until Altaria falls. I think he was able to do one sky attack left. A good thing about using Altaria, I don't need to shield, so I can preserve my shield and I can just use flamethrower on the next one, maybe stone edge. But at that time I used flamethrower because I was certain Lucario was going to be used. I was right. Flamethrower. He shielded, obviously. So at least I had one shield down. Then my Bastiodon fell. I used a counter, which is Alolan Marowak. Lucario has a hard time. Here, I had a mistake here. I didn't count his counters. So, there, Shadow Ball. But that's okay because I was able to charge Power Up Punch before I switched earlier. So I was able to Power Up Punch. No shields. So I still had 2 shields left. I was able to do another Power Up Punch. Doesn't have any shields. Falls down. And this last Pokemon is, of course, Bastiodon. Bastiodon falls down. There you go. Match 1. So, what did I learn there? I learned there that he was going to use Altaria, for sure. So, as Battle Hero always say, he want to change my flow. So, I did. How did I change my flow? Well, I said 2 leads, right? For some reason, people don't expect an Alolan Marowak or Charizard lead. I always do, and most of the time I catch Lucario. Most of the time I didn't, but I have to find a way to recuperate on that. I have to take a risk on this because it's the second round. I had the lead. I have to take a risk on this. So I'm starting with Alolan Marowak. So same system, Alolan Marowak, then Bastiodon and Lucario. I didn't even change something on my team because I found it very, very perfect. So how did the second match go? Okay, now he used Lucario. I called it. I read him like in a Harry Potter book. I read him like a book. So I was able to do Bone Club. I'm not sure if he shielded that. He shielded that, of course, or he would die. Obviously, he would switch. He would switch into, surprisingly enough, Altaria. Then, like in the famous game Farmville, I farmed the hell out of Altaria. Then, I just charge my flamethrower. Surprisingly enough, when I do farm Altaria, I'm only able to use one flamethrower. That's always a guaranteed. I'm not sure how I can use the second flamethrower, and I was even tempted to use that. I was tempted to use that during the time when he used Lucario, because I think he would switch to Lucario then. He was taking a long time. Switch to Lucario. I was able to use Flamethrower. Of course, he would shield that, or else he would die. Then, I had a choice. I chose to shield Power Up Punch just to risk a Flamethrower. It didn't work, so I needed that shield. So I didn't shield, so I can save one shield for Lucario. I used Marowak, Bone Club, of course. I'm not sure if he has a shield still. Yes, he still has it. I know he didn't have a shield. I'm not sure if it's Shadow Ball or Power Up Punch, but I need to shield that just so it could survive. It's Power Up Punch, that's okay. At least Marowak survived. And then the last one was Bastiodon. Then, here's the thing. I switched to Lucario because Bastiodon can farm possibly Marowak, and it'll have some energy to defeat Lucario. So I was hoping he would not do that, but he still had Flamethrower. So he did, and surprisingly enough, I survived. I was able to do one counter, then he's done. Even if he defeats Lucario, I still have a Alolan Marowak at the back, ready with the Bone Club. So that's really pretty much a match. So overall, my strategy was Altaria farming. And actually, that's the general theme of my 6-0 run. Most of the time, people use Altaria to counter Lucario or to counter Alolan Marowak. Then I have Bastiodon at the back. I don't know how people fall for it. I'm sure maybe because people are tired, because most of them came from another cup. Even I came from another cup. If you can check the time, it's already 10 o'clock in the evening when they finished it. But that's the thing. That's my whole strategy. I had roles, which is the Lucario Guardian, Lucario, and a Lucario counter, and Altaria farming. That's the only thing I did to win the Kingdom Cup. And that has been for the special episode of Battle 101. I hope you guys love this type of content. I know it's pretty much similar to the other YouTubers like, say, Purple Kyogre or Battle Hero, but I don't know. I'm liking this type of format because I was able to show you guys how I won. Even with my face, sorry for the bad video quality. I don't have Judd right now, but I hope you learned something from this. So what do you guys think? How did you fare on your Kingdom Cup? Again, special shout out to my friends that helped me with the strategy, Chris and Carlo. Also, I would like to thank Battle Hero because before the Kingdom Cup, I was doubting myself if I can ever win the Kingdom Cup because I had a hard time on training. I kept losing. But surprising enough, when I did in the tournament, a friend of mine said that Battle Hero also was doubting himself during each round and he won. So I found that parallel very funny. So also thank you for the shout out, Battle Hero. You should check out his channel. He has great content in PvP. Also, Purple Kyogre for liking the tweet. You should also watch him. Links are down below. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for those who congratulated me. I hope you do well on your future Team Cup, or if you're doing Kingdom Cup right now, I hope you do well. And as always, in Battle 101, class dismissed.